Focus, focus, focus. Oh, gotta turn the volume back up. Okay, so got some new stuff. Let's check the stream. Make sure we're good on that. Oh wow, that's really nice. Yeah, we're good. All right, so can't really sleep. I should be sleepy, tired. Had to run down to what's it called? What's that place called? Yeah, Jacksonville today, to get this new little or used unit. Um, let's take a look at it. Let us take a look at it. And then we'll take a quick look at this one. It's the Miller 22A wire feeder unit. Go over the deal a little bit, and then I'll make another stream actually going through, taking it apart, inspecting it, cleaning it up like I usually do. But there's other things on the desk that need to be cleaned up and out of here. So we are not going to. I'm not trying to. I'm trying to complete stuff essentially. I still got the welding table behind me to get done. Um, most of the day was spent at a wrestling at a wrestling meet for my nephew, which was cool to see again. Get back into that type of stuff. Makes me want to coach again. And then after that, ran down to Jacksonville. It was a 3 hour round trip. Came back home a little bit on the tired side. And as always, my nose is like itchy. I really need to. That's literally how I cut my hair. And it's just because I'm talking. All right, so yeah, we got to finish up the plasma cutter. We got to finish up the plasma cutter and kind of get that into the operation we want it into. Got the parts for that from Harbor Freight, and we'll go into that stuff. A little bit of a Harbor Freight appreciation. We'll probably do that here in a second. But first, let's look at our newest purchase. So this is the Miller 22A wire feeder unit. This unit allows my Miller XMT 304 to act as basically a power supply, which really what it is. I'm getting used to the naming nomenclature and all that, but essentially, your the unit that gets the power, transforms it, does whatever, and allows you to do all the different settings and stuff like that is considered the power supply. Um, and then with it being a power supply, you can kind of, these things are all just modules within that, right? So with it being a power supply, I can just, power it on, and then I can use it for multiple different processes, right? So that's pretty cool, learning that whole thing. But with that being said, um, I can do stick welding. So on this unit, I have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight different different things, settings. So I can get scratch start TIG, lift arc TIG, TIG with a foot pedal, MIG, pulsed MIG, CC, which is, I guess, I don't know what CC. It has like a thing with a foot. I'd show you, but I don't want to like switch over the camera to the iPhone. Stick, which is what I have it set on now, and then VSense feeder. So essentially, I can switch this to MIG. It'll have the reading of voltages or the voltage reading on the screen, and then I'll control everything through this. This is a pretty cool unit in terms of what it can do. Um, with this, I can run, you know, your solid core, and I still gotta learn this, but your solid core MIG wire, and then you could do your flux core MIG wire. But with flux core, you got to be careful and wear the proper PPE in terms of like respirators and stuff like that. So you don't. I mean, any of these things you should wear respirators, which is really why I'm like hype about the mask that I'm going to be getting. This has a couple cables. It has the power cable that goes to it, but then it also has this control cable, this remote control cable. I think this thing doesn't have enough pins. This could be the remote control cable for, he says that he hooks this up to a Lincoln, so I may have to get the one that goes into a Miller. We will see. But this deal was $550, was the original price, and then it also came with, along with the unit, it also came with this pretty much brand new um, gun, right? So this right here, I think it's 400 amps. It can do 400 amps, but it has the stuff inside of it for the liner, MIG gun liner. Got two of those. I don't totally know all this stuff. And then you have the actual MIG gun itself. And then you should be able to screw this off and get to screw. Can I screw? I think I can. Oh, okay. You just pull it off. All right. And then you can get to like some of the consumables and some other stuff. Wire feeds through here, and wire and gas kind of feed through here, and then allow you to, get an arc and do stuff. I don't know enough about MIG to go into it too much, but this end will go into the wire feeder, and then it also has something here so that you can, when you press the trigger, it'll feed wire and also push gas. Gas gets hooked up directly into the wire feeder. Gas gets hooked up into the wire feeder. In the back here, there's a port for that. So get all this clean, get the fittings and everything else for that. I do have to get a gas tank. I actually really want to do gasless MIG, so I'll be working to get that done. But essentially, it'll be pulling on this here. So I gotta figure out. Hopefully, I'm not doing anything to this here. But you can put your spool on here, and this is the thing that goes into the actual gun itself that tells a unit to feed wire, feed gas, so on and so forth. You have your controls for gas, purging, and all this other stuff. You could set your what's it called, your feed per minute or your inches per minute. And then this is where the magic happens, so to speak. And that's where you get everything loaded in there. So you have your gun, which will go through this port here, and then it has a little fine nozzle where the wire feeds into it, and then it locks into place here, and then you can make your adjustments, and then your input wire will come in through here. This has your DINS connector to go to the actual power supply itself. So this will connect to the positive side. Yeah, I believe it's the positive side. Yeah, it should be positive side. And then, of course, you still have your regular ground clamp that goes to your actual material that you're welding to. This unit is in good shape. Other units that I was seeing were probably about $600, $800 in some cases. The reason why some of them were $800 is because they would come with a CP302, right? Miller CP302. That is a very large, heavy-duty industrial power supply. And it requires like 3-phase power, and it's just like, hey, I don't need that whole unit. I just need the wire feeder. Some of these wire feeders, if you wanted them separately, for instance, if you wanted this from eBay or something like that, I mean, you're paying $1,000 to $1,000, $1,200, $1,500, I think at the most for one of these units, especially like not open box, so on and so forth, with meter. Because there's like an optional meter that you can put here. But the guy tested it, showed it to me on video, and he wanted $550. I offered him $400, and then I gave him extra $10 on top of that. So I got this unit for $410, along with that MIG gun. So I'll go through, have a video where I break this thing down, open it up, blow it out, clean it like I usually do. But we won't do that on this video, and I won't be doing too much more with this unit for the night. But it is heavy, though. It is heavy. Oh, my God. This equipment, man, is like no joke. But we do have the last few parts for our we do have the last few parts for our plasma cutter, and we'll go through setting that up, as well as some of the new stuff that I just got in the mail today as well. So, yep. All right, let's get this done first before we go through all the other stuff. Because all the other stuff is like some kind of like some really comfort things, really make the job or the whole thing easier. So this is all from Harbor Freight. Some of these parts, like this one, actually this one part, I ordered off of Amazon. But I have to really get into the mindset of going to Harbor Freight first. Harbor Freight has this stuff. Harbor Freight has good prices on this stuff. I think it was actually cheaper in Harbor Freight for this part by like I think $2 or so. Um, and also Harbor Freight has like all types of sales. You have the Black Friday sale. If you're part of like the Harbor Freight something club, I forgot what it's called. You'll get like you'll get discounts, sometimes $30 off. It's $30 a year to join this whole club thing. Um, and honestly, you join the club and then you buy something that's about $30 off and it pays for itself immediately, right? So it makes sense to join it. Like it's just honestly it's a no-brainer, especially if you're in there buying tools all the time. Also, being a part of excuse me, being a part of the club. Um, Actually, no. This one, I think if you just sign up, you don't even have to be a part of the club per se. Because I was getting things like this, but they'll have free things every so often, like free screwdriver sets. Last time I got ratchet straps. So I love ratchet straps. I love securing my load and making sure everything is good in terms of like anytime I'm transporting anything. So like ratchet straps are freaking awesome. This I got a 40 square foot blanket, or mover's blanket. They had this, and then I had then a whole bunch of shop cloths, which I had just bought 50 of these, so it's like I didn't need it, right? So I was like, oh yeah, let me get this. So like I can secure like this is gonna be good for when I buy more stuff off of eBay or anything else, like not eBay, but what's it called? Off of Facebook Marketplace. So this is free, like so really appreciate Harbor Freight, appreciate what they provide in terms of tools and everything else like that. It really allows you to do things. I get better bang for your buck. All right, so let's get this open. So I want to get all the fittings done for this, as I said, with the as I said before, with the plasma cutter, I got this guide here, and then I actually changed out the actuator switch on that, or the actuator on this unit. So I want to actually I'll use these. I mean, I want to see what sales they have, but oh wow, it's just $200. I just saw this same cart. Actually, yeah, this is the same cart that I bought off of Facebook Marketplace for 170 bucks, $80 off. That's really cool. And also a winch. I need a freaking winch, but not now. I'm gonna have to like really slow down my spending, running out of money here. Um, but we can use those as mats. All right, let's work on this here. All right, so what we want to do is I have a regulator here. I want to make sure that nothing happens to this machine. I don't break it in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So I wanted to put an air pressure regulator on there. This will be set to 75 psi, and I will hook it directly to the air compressor. The way I'm going to have to do that, though, is I'm going to have this going out to the actual line out, and then this here to the line in, to the line out on the actual air compressor itself, and then this adapter, which it expects on the other side of the hose. And then we'll also have a shutoff valve attached to this this air compressor here, so that I can actually shut this thing off if I ever need to at this point here. Oh no. All right, that should be good. All right, good. All right, let's clean this thing off. Valve is open. Just to make sure I stay within the camera parameters. Yeah. Oh, this is all dirty. See, it's not a big deal. It's like free advertising for Harbor Freight and their Black Friday sale. All right. We need this valve. We're gonna do the valve assembly, the shutoff valve on the actual filter here before the compressor. You can buy these units, or you can buy a filter and water separator and all that other stuff. I didn't need to do that. That came with this unit here, so I have my, I think it's a micron filter, or a micro. No, I don't think this was a microbial filter. The other one I saw was. Oh man, I got work to do tomorrow. Got to catch up on some coding, and I better do it because I need it for Monday. I really do not like putting on this stuff, thread tape. Thread tape is a pain to put on. It's needed though, but it is a pain to put on. All right, so this will thread in there. I feel like I need more thread tape though. I won't say you don't need, you can never have enough thread tape, but it is needed for a properly functioning air system. There's like a better way of putting it on. This is to, it just really like attracts itself to it. All right. So we'll thread this in here. Let's get a wrench. Yeah, I've talked about it before, but really can't, be thankful, stress enough the work or the help that I got off of TikTok and the welding community there. Really awesome stuff. Really, really awesome stuff. So be sure to follow me on TikTok. Some of the guys are really helpful in the comment sections. Not too much in terms of the ego, thankfully. And like advice that actually helps. Got a pretty big box from Amazon today. A lot of stuff has to go down. Got the casters for the bench. And as I said before, the workbench that I'm currently working with now is going to be kind of the prototype for the next one. Because I'm seeing, well, not just problems, but problems with my technique, what I'm doing. So it's good practice. I don't know what the inch-pound torque is for this stuff, but let's just say it will be tight. Okay. That's pretty dang tight. All right, let's go ahead put this bad boy in here. So I didn't want to put the regulator on this side. Ooh, I should have put that thread tape differently. All right. I didn't want to put the regulator on this side. I wanted it. I want it to be minimal in terms of what's going on here, and not sticking out too much. Stuff that doesn't get hit too much. So I thought the compressor side was the safest bet. I think one more turn to get this to show up, to be on top here, or the valve to be on top, or close to it, I guess. Close to it would work. Okay, that is virgin tight. Okay, so this should be. I don't know what that is. Okay, so I should be able to put the air hose in here and test from there. So we'll do that in a second. Now let's get this regulator set up. Essentially, I guess this can act as thread tape. I don't know, because it sure put itself on there. Okay, that's good. That's one thing about, like, when you're working with these things in hand in terms of tools, there's so much you learn, so much things you have to, like, become acquainted with. It really is like a whole new world. And then techniques, stuff that you watch on like YouTube or what have you. There's like all types of techniques, man, and then you learn it, and then just kind of like tools of the trade, um, essential knowledge, and then there's just so much to quote unquote pass down. So much to pass down. And you know, one thing is people want to give you information. Hey, I'm an engineer for this many years. I'm a pipe welder for this many years. DM me if you ever have this or that. And like that's pretty freaking cool. All right, so kind of want the regular like this. So I want this side. It's got to be mounted like this. I guess let's just go look at that. All right. If the camera jitters, I am sorry. Again, this phone has to get fixed. So we have our hose like this that goes into our inlet, our line out here. We'll have pretty much that same nipple end, male end will go here. And we want our regulator to look pretty much like this or be like this. So I should be able to view it. I mean, it could turn any which way. So essentially I want it to be this in this direction here. All right, hopefully you're getting that because I can't see what's on this camera on this screen. Okay, so it'll be like that. All right, yeah, and then this will be out. Okay. All right, cool. Keep it in the same orientation. I think the stream will actually be pretty quick tonight, to be honest. We'll see when we get to the next part, the unboxing stuff. Okay, so how these regulators work on the inside. Is tighten a solenoid or something? Or not solenoid, but like a valve. Okay, so I guess this is a valve. This goes up to 200 psi. So I want it like that. Okay. It's the weirdest thing to figure out because some of these things are like universal. When it comes to these MPT fittings, they're universal 1/4, and then there's I guess Imperial 1/4. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I had to open the damn box just to make sure stuff fits. To be honest, I didn't like that. Didn't like that I had to do that because it's like, hey, listen, you break, you buy, and it's like I didn't. People at my local Harbor Freight are also good people, so it's like I don't have to have them deal with freaking breakages and stuff. People opening stuff. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it should fit up just how I need it to. And this will on my air compressor, I have 2 line outs, but I thought you could actually regulate each one of them separately. You cannot, which is, you can only ask for so much. Okay. Come on. I think that's good. Kind of like what I was mentioning earlier, though. Like, there's so many things you have to, like, okay, you get into welding. Great. All right, you get all these different tools. Now you have to learn about tanks, gas mixtures, rod types for certain metal thicknesses, metal types, mild steel versus your sterling or not sterling, but stainless steel, aluminum welding. It's just like it's very freaking complex, man. Like, it's a lot of shit. So if I wanted to, I could almost hook it like this here and have the regulator like that, but you can see how it hangs off the back. I don't like that. So I'd rather um put it on the what's it called side, on the side of the air compressor. All right, let's go ahead and test this here. I'm not going to bring the phone over for that, but I'll test it. See if it works. Essentially, I just need to make sure it doesn't leak any air. It's the only thing we got to test. Hooks up fine. Yep, sounds good. Sounds like there's a slight leak in there. Let's get this down to the midpoint between 60 and 80. It's just 20 difference. So I'm not sure if a regulator always just leaks or something, but I want to make sure my compressor doesn't just always run. Sounds like it's fine. Oh, well, sorry. There is a slight leak. I have to research that about a regulator. But it's hooked up fine. It's not leaking much. Yeah, because with a regulator, it's gonna let off some air. I just don't know if it lets off the air constantly. I would assume it doesn't. I assume it just has a valve in it and just stops. But I have to look. I have to look. I have to look. Because if that's the case, then I need to have something like a valve in front of it that I might have to put a valve in front of this thing so that I don't leak constantly and I'll just turn it on when I need it. And then it'll be regulated. Yeah, then it'll be regulated. So I might have to put a valve in front of it for the line out, which is fine because the part that I ordered off of Amazon is still coming anyway. So I was like, hey, I'll just probably need that. Oh yeah, let's test this thing out. We got to test the valve, the shutoff valve. Then we can call this one complete until we test it. Nice. Okay, so our shutoff valve works. All right. Should be shut off now. Okay. Okay. Now it's shutting off. Yeah, because there's like a ton of air in this system, so when it comes through, but okay, and then we just use a marker to mark off. Off. These fine markers are nice, but I don't think that's gonna stick. I don't think this is gonna stick either. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to put the off on there. Cool, so that's good. Made a bit of a boo-boo. So I think this system here is complete in terms of ready for testing, ready for what's next. All right, I can't get that off. All right, cool. So we're good there. There might be some refinements, yeah, but that's done. We'll keep this thread tape for tomorrow or later on today, technically. Cool. All right. Okay, so this. Kind of just want to test that. All right, so next we can do some unboxing, and one of the first things is work on this helmet so it can start fitting my head. I already tested out the headgear. It feels like it's good, and I'll be ordering the headgear or the replacement headgear to get rid of this thing here, or the inside of this to get rid of that. So we'll go ahead and replace that now. Oh, got a wet nap, so hopefully this doesn't damage it or something. Nice. Okay, that bled the system there. Okay, so we can move this thing out of the way. Ugh, it is pretty heavy though. We'll put it on the chair and we'll get it moved over. Actually, no, it's not so much that it's heavy or just that it's heavy. It's that it has a ton of freaking cables going to and from it. So we can transport it on the chair. Oh man. Got the air hose cable, the gun cable. Oh, the cables are long. Oh. All right. Yeah, it's gonna be nice when I get this plasma cutter like dialed in or get the technique down for this thing. I'm kind of excited about that. I mean, I was excited when I bought it. You know what? Sorry, just cleaning up the cables here or organizing a little bit. This power cable is pretty long. Okay. It's actually a good length to that. Okay. So we'll just have this on the ground for now. Once the welding table gets in place, Then we'll have a spot for it um, underneath the welding table. We'll have a spot for the welder power supply, and the uh, the cutter as well, the plasma cutter. All right, so our desk is clear again, only to get messed up with more equipment. So let's get this unboxing done. Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff came in. Big old box. There's a couple boxes. Yeah, so first we have some like welding clamps, or magnets, I should say. These will help for fabrication, making sure things are square, at the right angle, or the angles that we need. So got 2 sets of these magnets. Get all the stuff out of here, all that garbage. Actually, yeah, we'll just totally unbox this. So these are basic things, though, for the most part. I would say nothing super special here. If you're a professional fabricator like myself, you know, this is just par for the course. Essentials, if you will. All right. So let's bring the garbage can over here. Shoot. All right, so let's put these away. Put them away now. I'm running out of space, man, already in this dang cart. Like, this cart is full. This cart is full. One drawer is completely full. I got one drawer for manuals and stuff. I'll probably have to reclaim that one. One drawer for like the Dremel and some finer tools, more precision tools. But this cart is chocked full of stuff here, man. I don't really have much space in there anymore. Like, no more drawers and stuff. I don't know. I can get another one of these, but I want to cut down on that. Not have too many carts, because I'm gonna have extra cart. I'm gonna have this red cart here that the power supply is on, or the welder is on. I'll reclaim that, because I'm not gonna be moving this around. I have long enough leads, so it'll be in its place once the welding table is up and running. Anyways, but yeah, this cart's getting full. That's cool though. That's cool. Means we have not more than enough, but a lot. I think we'll put these here. You know, I think I should be able to. Yeah, I should be able to close. Should be able to close this. All right, we won't even put them in there. Okay, back here. Back to the desk. All right, so I think these are the casters. I really want to get this headgear, adjustable headgear. That's the biggest thing. I already started futzing with it. We got some. This is the 6013 3/32 and 1/8 rods. I think these are 2 pounds. No, this is 10 pounds. 10 pounds of 3/32, and then 5 pounds of 1/8. So let's open those bad boys up. Another thing is getting it out of these cases too. Oh, looks like this one case is actually kind of broken. That's not good. That is not good. I noticed this is like 6013 and 6013R. Did I order? It's not good. Let's see what we got over here. 6013. I'll have to look it up, see if there's a difference. But this is the 6013 we got last night or yesterday, and that worked very well last night. I was welding like a dream last night with this stuff. Very, very happy with that. Finally getting that going. But I'm a little bit worried about that. Also, we have a break here, so that's not good. And I'm already seeing some dust here. I don't know. Yeah, see if it's like it's already broken open. So that we probably got broken rods in here. Oh man. Yep. Broken rods. Flux is coming off of them. I'm already seeing like flux flakes of like, ugh, that's not good. Bad packaging. It doesn't look horrible, but we got something to solve that really. Not horrible. Not horrible. But also not that great. So we got 10 pounds of this stuff. I don't think I'm going to return it. It is bad packaging though, or packaged poorly, at least for this one box. This box is packaged properly, and it actually has tape around it as well. That's what I'm used to seeing. Oh, this is a different type of rod. I don't know what E6013R means. Shit. I've seen this rod before. I've seen it with this different coloration, but I'll have to research that. I'm sure it will burn and melt all the same, but I'm expecting it to be like the gray color here. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm not sure what that means. I've seen this in like a YouTube video before though, where they had this rod. I may have to store this differently. So that's on me for ordering it, and this is on them for poor packaging. Okay, so put this on the welding cart for now. And that'll lead us into one of our next things. Oof, which is an organizing piece. Good thing I put on gloves. Yeah, it's here. Last thing that's in the box. But this is this stuff is the stuff that I like. Should have a wall mounting kit for this coming tomorrow or later on today. So I need to get some more wood so I can actually attach this to the wall. But we got some organizers or some holders. Okay, that was bad. Could have done a better job. We got some holders, so this will allow us to organize the rods better, and then also keep them from deteriorating over time. The biggest thing with these rods, it's metal, so even with the flux and everything covering it, it can still, of course, rust. So having canisters like this really help. This will hold your usual 14-inch rods. So, and I have a holder coming in for it that should hold all 8 of these. It might have room for another one. I don't remember. In fact, let's look it up. Yeah, it'll hold all 8 of these. I got 2 of them, so what we can do is have our various sizes of 1611 or 60 or our 60 rods, and then we can have our 70 rods in here. Yeah. I wonder what 6013-R. What does that mean? So, 6013-R. Ask AI about this one. E6013R rods are mild steel welding electrodes known for versatility. They provide smooth arc, low spatter, and are effective for various welding positions. Okay, what does the R stand for though? Oh, type rutile coated mild steel. Okay. Rutile coated. Rutile coating. Huh. Well, it doesn't give us the same coloration. All right, something to look up. But yeah, we can organize our rods into this here. Oh wow. So this thing has like markers on it. You can kind of see that there. It has some measurement markings on it to where I can look for. Okay, so I can, I guess, put in. Oh. Huh. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. These are nice. These are really nice. Okay, so I can mark what rod size that I have. So if I have a 1/16 or something like that in here, I'm not sure if you can really see that when it's going to have the holder, but also it has measuring tape on there, so you can tell how long your rod is or what you have left. That's pretty cool. Um, Simple, straightforward, and it also has a nice little rubber seal here, so I can always put in one of those like little fresh those moisture packets in here to cut down on the moisture. Change that every so often, right? And then, yeah, keep it kind of like sealed up. That's going to be really good. I think it's going to be really good long term. You know, I will be doing some welding, but I won't be doing enough to where I'm going to be running through these rods where I wouldn't need something like this for long term storage. So, really happy about that. All right, we'll move on to the next thing here. Get these things kind of out of the way. Oh yeah, cool. Casters. Casters. These are big boys. Seen these casters in another video after I had already bought them, but these are going to be the replacement casters. I think they do about 500 pounds per caster. Pretty heavy duty, bigger than I thought. Like when I saw it in the video, I was like, oh, shoot. On Pask builds or something like that, or Pask makes, I think his name is his name of his channel. But with these casters, you can adjust the foot here with this, so that's nice. You can screw this on if you wanted to, or bolt it on, or you could weld it on. I might just, we'll see what I'll do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But yeah, So these casters will go on the bottom of the bench and will support the weight. Um, I might just get another set. We'll see. I might cannibalize this table once I build a new one for myself or a custom one. So yeah, these are gonna be nice. These are gonna be really nice, I think, and they should level out the table too. So if I want it in a permanent position, let's see here. Yeah, this comes all the way out. Oh yeah, takes a while though. So should essentially lift this off of the wheel. So if anything, I would jack up the table itself to get it lifted off the floor. So at this point, it would be lifted off the floor. And then I could level the table, and this can account for uh, the imbalance and lack of square of the table as it is now. So yeah, this is going to be really nice to do that. Cool. And this is like pretty freaking solid feet, man. Almost wish there was a faster way of doing this, so I'm gonna probably have to do this beforehand. But it's cool to have this because then I can jack the table up, level it out, and then it could be in its stationary final spot, so to speak. All right, so this right here will be, we'll put this underneath the desk for now, right next to our hydraulic electric puncher. All right, so this is kind of like the last thing and the thing that's going to be the most important, game changer, so to speak, is this adjustable headgear. I already opened it up. When I first got it, it was very small. Everything was all compact. And this is going to be, I already kind of I got it fitted for my head. So my biggest thing is with my hair put back and everything, like it's hard for me to fit into the current mount. You know, it's like hard to get into this thing. So this here, I know it looks like something out of a movie, but like some type of like, I'm going to get freaking electrocuted here. Locks the back. That'll keep it tight. Keep everything tight on my head. It's kind of moving up right there, but it's not really super tight on my head. And you have to get the right one. There's like a square hole one, and then for helmets, and we'll see that here in a second when I break this thing down. Oh, hold on. So I'll order the next headset once this is fully tested. I got it in the cart already. Once it's fully tested, because this face shield, I still want to use this. I still want to have these available if somebody else is joining me or anything else like that. This is the Circle one, or Circle, like the Circle grommet or connector. You'll see that in a second. All right, but this one fits my head. Still need. Okay, good. All right, so this fits the old noggin. Good fit on the top and everything with the hair. One of the biggest tests, I guess, would be to put on. Don't tell me I took that into the house too. Great. Oh, man. Did I take it in the house or leave it in the trunk? Great. Where did I put it? I swear I saw it here a little while ago. Man. All right. I guess I left it in the house. Dang it. Nah, didn't I just see this thing? Oh man, and my house is not close at all. I mean, well, it's not worth it to walk over there for this anyway. But you know what? When I saw it, I probably saw it in the house. All right, cool. Let's take this thing apart. So this is your classic Miller helmet, welding helmet. It has the auto adjusting sensing display here or viewport, and it's really nice. It allows you to see. It's just like it's like a shade 5 here or a lower shade to where you can see through it, not clear, and then it transitions very quickly depending on the settings. You do have some settings. It is battery powered, but you there's some settings you can actually do in there. So that's really cool. Um, First and only helmet. Second helmet is in the mail. So I should be getting that. I think the 17th is what it said. So until then, we got to get this thing working and dialed in. All right. Cool. All right. So this one, take the sides off. Keep track of these pieces too. So this has the square attachment to your helmet, and you have to get the right headgear for that adapter or piece there because it has the slot for it. From the looks of it, I shouldn't have to. I'll put that one back together here in a second, but let's take the time, I guess, to clean this sucker out. Okay. Don't know what to expect here. Okay. I don't know. Okay, so I think I don't need these pieces here. Yeah, I don't think I need these pieces here. So pop these out. Thank you for your service. All right, and then we'll pop this to the back like that. Should attach to the back like that. Yeah. Yep. And then it'll go through that. And okay. All right, so oh my goodness. I'm just really not tired. Sucks though. I was getting like tired on the way back from the drive from picking up this wire feeder. Nice guy that sold it. Works as a welder, so I guess he has access to this stuff. Had good rating on there too. Okay, so all right, so okay, so we have the square peg hole there, and just gotta adapt it. Should be just drop in. That's it. I'm making it longer, I guess, for the sake of content. I just pop that sucker in there. Trying to get everything on camera. Okay, cool. One side. See if we can get the other side. Okay. All right. And then, yep. And then, wait, let's make sure. And this thing, is nice because it has a different points of adjustment. So I can move the oh okay. So I can move the helmet back and forth on this axis, which is nice. In terms of like if I had like a long face, I guess, I don't know. Okay, that feels. And then I can also make adjustments right here as well. Don't know how beneficial that is yet, so we'll see. Okay, kind of like the lock washer or lock nut there. Press down so it can get to the threads. Cool. All right, now we've upgraded the helm a little bit, but before we move on, let's clean up this piece. So should be this here. No, wait. No. Should be this. Yeah, should be that. And then this. Oh, whoa. Whoa, I did not. That's a bit much. Oh, okay. You had I didn't see the adjustment here where you can move this back and forth. It's not as nice as the current one though. It's a new one. This one you got to take apart to make it move back and forth. So, okay. I don't know where it was. Oh, it was in the middle. Okay. And then okay. What is this? Huh? Where the hell did this fall from? I mean, I can always look back on the stream, I guess, but where the fudge did that come from? What is this? And why don't I have two of them? Okay. You know what? Okay, this was right here. I know that for a fact because, okay, all right. So it was like that. Damn, that's weird. And why don't I have it on the other side? Anyways, put this on. This little gasket there, and then get this all together. Press down. Press it all together. Come on. All right, and then I don't know why I don't have it on the other side. Unless it fell. I hope it didn't fall. Although it's a bot, I do get at least one comment per stream. All right, so okay, put that to the side. Now let's see how this thing fits. Oh. I guess to mimic my hair being back like that, we could just tie it up, see how it works. All right. So, um, I like it has a soft pad on the back. That's really nice. But, anyways, oh, it's still kind of hard. Still kind of hard to put it on. This is not exactly how my hair is gonna be, which is why it's important to put the other one on, or have the hair tie that I usually have, or hair cover. But this is not. This ain't bad. Oh wait. Oh. That's because it was still tight. Oh wow. Okay. This is working. This is working. Where's the center at? Still not exactly how I want to have it, but this is working. Yeah, it's a lot better. It's definitely a lot better, more comfortable. I feel it coming up a little bit, so, but it'll take some adjustment, and we'll get this right. But this is a lot better. I like this. I like this a lot. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's it for the unboxing. The only other thing is I'm starting to feel tired now. I guess finally. So, we'll end the stream here, but it wasn't going to be a long stream. But yeah. So a good day in terms of tools and improvements. One of the only things I don't like is I've already had the clip come off on here. Um, it's kind of, maybe if it had some type of a little more permanent latch or something like that. I don't know. But by some of the default things are good. Um, looks like it's moved all the way forward already on, like, going back and forth here. So not much things I can do there. I may move it back. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what it is for this here, or what these things, these like pedals are for. Yeah. Well, you can't really see them, but there's these things where I can move those. But yeah, this is I like this. Let me take my hair out. Yeah, with my hair down, no problem. A lot better. That back piece is nice and soft, which is cool. Oh yeah, and this doesn't move up at all. So we'll see what we do with my hair, but yeah, this is a lot better. Oh wait. That's not good. I can't put it up all the way. I guess we gotta move it. It's too far forward. So we'll adjust this right here. I don't know how do you adjust that. Oh, okay. So there's like a push button here. A button you push. Yeah, kind of see it. Can I see it? Yeah, something that right there, a little latch that you push, and then that allows you to uh, go back and forth. So you can see, like, I'm all the way forward on this. So we'll come back a little bit. So 1, 2 from the end, and match. Nope, that's only 1. That's 2. See how this feels. Oh, it looks like it's getting cramped now because it's closer. I like the feel of this though. This is a lot closer to my face though. But I can put it back. Looks like I have a dent in my head. Damn hair. This feels a lot better. A lot better. I'm more room. Don't like this, so maybe adjust it forward by 1. this would be the best of both worlds here. So what I learned about these helmets, any of these things, put the back down as far as you want it on the back of your head, and then pull the front down over your forehead. Make sure it's comfortable, and then tighten. This works. Scrapes the head a little bit, but I'll have a covering over my head, so this actually feels good. I think we got this dialed in. Well, it remains to be seen when tested, but for the most part, that feels good. And then tighten it up here so the helm doesn't fall, and I can control it. I don't like the whole flip it down thing. I'm not really into that. I'll pull it down myself for the most part. We'll see how I feel about that, though. Because, like, when it's up, I want it to stay up. And I move around, do all types of whatever. I don't want it to fall. All right. I'm getting tired. I'll organize the electrodes tomorrow, but I'll go ahead and order the same headgear. I'll go ahead and order that. I'll order that tomorrow. Let's see. That is the retailer for this is the TRQWH welding helmet headgear. Honestly, it's like these Chinese companies, and I mean, no offense to them. You know, hey, listen, I'm a consumer. Love what y'all doing over there. Keep feeding the beast. That is America. But they're just using random letters now for like company names. It's getting kind of crazy. It's really getting kind of crazy. But yeah, so this one is a good one. Screen full. Yeah, that's good enough right there. So yeah, this one is a good one. Again, this is the square hole one. This is the one I have currently. And yeah, this is a good item here. So the TRQWH welding helmet headgear. $20 for this type of comfort, and if you're doing it long enough and everything, just the one that comes stock is just it's just not enough. It's just not enough, and you need that custom. For me, I need that custom thing. I don't have a brush cut or anything else like that, so this helps a whole lot. All right, cool. That's all I got for the stream. Uh, thanks a lot to the people on TikTok. I've gained a little bit of following. I got 10K views on a 10K views, 10K views. That's pretty sick. That's awesome. I can't wait to put the electrodes and get the holder up for that one, for this, for these I should say. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put it exactly. I don't know if I'm gonna put it on this wall over here or the wall that'll be right over the desk, or over the welding table. The next thing I'll do on the welding table, though, will be to get the angle iron and everything measured out for the recessed piece for the chop saw. Get that going. Also, with these new rods, I have to do a little bit more welding and thicken up those welds to make sure that they're strong with this 6013 rod. I really want to wait for that mass to come in. I'm probably going to have to put a fan in here and go from there. But everything's working out. So far, so good. Things are coming in. Things are falling in place. Pretty much got to get rid of this or put it on one of my shelves back here. That's pretty much it. Y'all have a nice one. Appreciate y'all, as always. For those that watch even later, thank you. All right. Peace.